Hello, everyone. Week 2 is already done. Thank you for another week of great discussion. I really appreciate it, your insights and your use of examples from your personal experience as we discussed the different cultures that are present in organizations. And again, this past week was the cultures of organizations. What systems are in place that influence the way that the organization is run, the way communication happens, the way really everything happens. And so we looked at power culture, role culture, task culture, and people culture, and spent a little bit of time looking at the strengths and weaknesses of each. I think we all pretty much agreed that power culture has pretty clear weaknesses, and especially as an organization grows, the power culture where one person has almost complete control of the organization, has control of the vision and the direction and how internal communication happens, what message gets sent throughout the organization, that tends to work less and less well as an organization gets bigger and bigger, as it expands into different markets, as it deals with different groups of people, as it has more and more products or services. But the other cultures also have their drawbacks, and we talked a little bit about that. The role culture, although it is amazingly effective at economies of scale and functioning in ways that keep people accountable to clear job descriptions, and promotions are based on a scale of merit that has clear metrics, and those are really good things, and that people are interchangeable in their roles, so that you can take the manager of a Walmart in Connecticut and move that person to manage a Walmart in Oklahoma, and they'd probably be okay. They'd certainly have some adjustments living in a different place, but as far as how Walmart works, there's clear policies and procedures in place so that there could be some interchangeability there. In the task-oriented culture, some of you pointed out that although it's very adaptive and people coming together to accomplish certain projects and then disperse and then come together in different groups to do a different project or a different task, that can be very helpful in a changing environment, but that it might not be the best thing to stay focused on a single vision or have the best interests of the company as a whole always in mind. And the people culture, although putting value on people and putting value on relationships and acknowledging the importance of individuals and the individuals' skills and personality that they bring to do their job well in a particular position or in a particular place, that's extremely valuable. But the downside is that sometimes a person doesn't fit their place anymore, that things around them have changed and they don't fit. But because Joe has always done that job and he's always been here, it can be hard to move Joe out of that position when it no longer really fits him in a people culture, because the people are so important. So thanks for your insights there. A couple of other things that I just wanted to lift up. I hope you had a chance to look at the mentor and leadership coaching articles. Mentoring and leadership coaching are two different things. They have a similar goal in the sense that both are intended to help people grow as leaders, to grow in their role as leaders, but the approach is somewhat different. A mentor is, I think of a mentor as somebody who is a little bit further down the road than I am in my career. Somebody who's had more experience, who's perhaps worked at more different places, who has knowledge that I don't have in my field. Somebody that's in my field that's a little bit that's been in my field longer and that knows more, and that person is somebody that I could go to for advice, that I could go to vent, that will understand what struggles I'm facing and give me some advice based on his or her experience. A leadership coach, on the other hand, is not somebody that's in my field necessarily, but somebody who has skills at coaching. somebody who can sit down with me and help me reflect on what I've been doing, reflect on different situations, and then come up with a plan to get better. So this is somebody who has the skills to analyze situations, who has skills to be an encourager, who has the skills to speak some truth and to help develop structures and plans to help me to be a better worker, a better leader in the situation that I'm in. So again, they have the same overall goal, but two slightly different things. And the last thing that I just want to mention as you continue to work on your leadership essay, your authentic leadership essay, that you might want to keep in mind that there is a difference between management and leadership. And the way that one leadership writer, a man named Joshua Spodek, who's a professor of leadership, he puts it this way. He says, managers deal with behaviors and things you can see. And effective management results in compliance. The person that you manage does what you want them to do. And managers' influence comes from their authority. And so to improve as a manager, what you need to do is improve your ability to give instruction. For leaders, though, it's somewhat different. Leaders work with emotions and motivations. They're less tangible than behavior, but they're equally systematic. They're equally important. And effective leadership results in desire. The person that you lead wants to do what you motivate them to do. And so leaders' influence comes from emotional and social skills. And to improve as a leader, you need to develop your social and emotional skills. And Spodek says that the examples of the extremes kind of clearly illustrate the difference between management and leadership, because they are similar things. They're like jogging and running, similar, but not exactly the same. So leadership without management is dreaming. A team with leadership but with no management is lucky to get anything done. They have lots of good ideas. They all feel good about themselves, but things don't tend to happen. The details are not attended to. Management without leadership is the DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles, without bureaucracy, without passion. A team with no management, without leadership, rarely excels, and people generally don't enjoy working there. So that's Joshua Spodek's kind of distinction between leadership and management. Another person who has a good way of describing leadership is Stephen Covey. He says, so you have a group of people who are on a job cutting down trees, and you have the workers. You have the people that are actually swinging the axes and using the saws, who are actually doing the work of cutting the trees down. And then you have the managers, the people that are training people in the proper use of their tools, that have programs to sharpen the axes, that have the plan to get as many trees down as quickly and safely as possible. So you have that management level. Well, the leader is the person who climbs the tallest tree in the jungle and says, hey, everybody, wait a minute. This is the wrong jungle. We need to be someplace else. The leader and of course the managers and the workers say, be quiet, we're accomplishing stuff down here. The leader is the one who has the broader view and can see where big changes, systemic changes need to be made. So that's what I have for this week. I'm looking forward to week 3's discussion, where we'll talk about different cultures throughout the world and how dealing with people from different cultures in communication can be a challenge, but how if we pay attention to some things, it can still be quite successful. I'm looking forward to our discussion this week. If you need to get in touch with me, you have any questions or comments or any discussion that you'd like to have about the feedback that you're getting, please contact me in the way that is easiest for you. Thanks.